Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I want to thank you guys for the response and the comments regarding the video I just recently posted entitled Cancer. And I want to thank you guys for sharing your personal stories as far as loved ones that have passed away from this dreaded disease. And the sad thing is most should even have to probably die from this disease because there are things that can be done to offset cancer. Because like I told you, in the 60s, the number three killers were heart disease, high blood pressure, and cancer. Now here it is 45 years later, 50 years later, and the number one disease killing people every day, and mainly in this country, is cancer. So apparently the protocol is not working. What I'm going to do is this, because I know some people out there right now dealing with family members, or should I say have family members that are dealing with cancer and taking chemotherapy. When I got sick, because I told you in 2006 I almost died twice, and it's because of I was given antibiotics that really kind of disrupted my system, and nobody knew what was causing my illness. And then I did a lot of research because I was literally trying to save my life, and I ran across some things that I just couldn't believe that's taking place in this country and perhaps around the world. Because unfortunately, money is always number one in business. You know, they literally let you die if that means saving money. You know, because I know some people out there right now that got family members dealing with cancer. And I ran across a book, and I also found it on DVD. The name of it is called A World Without Cancer by G. Edward Griffin. And anybody that's interested in perhaps getting a copy of this, because for the first 10 people that inquire, I'll send you a copy of this for free. Only thing you got to do is just PayPal me $5 to ship it off to you. But it's very interesting. I mean, the stuff that's in this particular DVD, you won't believe. I mean, I didn't believe it neither. But I did a little research and found out that a lot of this stuff is true. Because here's something that's fact. And this is not me assuming or the people here assuming. It's been documented. There are two types of ways your body can be. It can be acidic and it can be alkaline. If your body is acidic, that means that you are susceptible to a lot of diseases. If your body is alkaline, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot develop cancer. You know, it's been proven. And it's not extremely difficult to get your body in an alkaline state. I mean, it's going to take some work, but it's not impossible. And you would think that with this information that the government, like, you know what, let's go on a campaign to try to get everybody in the alkaline body state. But they're not going to do that because sick people generate a lot of money. The average cancer person is worth $350,000 to their doctor. You know, when I was diagnosed with diabetes a couple of months ago, the protocol, and you know, you want to listen to the doctors, is to take a lot of insulin. So he gave me a little needle, and I went home for 2 days and sticking myself, which I didn't like. And I did a little research. I'm like, what is actually diabetes anyway, and what can be done to cure it? And when I found out that diabetes there's two types, type 1, type 2. Type 1 is when you're born with it and your body doesn't produce insulin. Type 2 is when you get up in age from eating all that sugar and garbage that your body start producing too much insulin. So the question I had immediately as a somewhat intelligent man was, if my body's producing more insulin than it's supposed to, why are you giving me insulin to take every day? That made no sense to me. So I did a little research, and the medical industry split down the middle on that. The ones that's following, you know, the typical routine of being a doctor and what you've been told to do, and the ones that are just fair-hearted people and say this is not right. Those people say that it makes no sense to be putting or giving yourself more insulin when the body's producing more than it's supposed to produce in the first place. And then, you know, taking insulin, taking these other things trigger other conditions or create other conditions. So after 3 days, I threw that needle in the garbage. And then I changed my diet. I started taking natural things like canary seed to reduce your blood sugar. And, you know, my blood sugar level has dropped as a result of just doing those simple things. But getting back to the cancer thing, again, if anybody's interested in the DVD, you know, email me, or should I say PayPal me $5 and I'll send you out a copy, because this is really important to read or watch if you got a loved one that's literally sick and dying from cancer as we speak. Because I'm just going to touch on some brief things in the video because the video will explain itself. I used to work in a grocery store. I was there for about 14 years, and I've seen just about any type of product you can think of for human consumption since I worked in the grocery store for 14 years. And it was one of the largest grocery store chains in the world. So they carry an abundance of different types of food products. And according to this DVD, in the 40s, the main staple grain in this country to consume was millet. I had never heard of millet, never seen millet, but millet has something in it that will keep your body or put it in an alkaline state. So you ask yourself, well, if millet was all that great and extremely healthy, why did they kind of scrap it and replaced it with wheat? And as we know, wheat has gluten in it. And what gluten does to the body, to some people, is it confuses the immune system. It makes the immune system kick off a false response because the immune system is there to protect you. And if anything come down the pike that's not good for the body, it attacks it and try to take it out. But gluten triggers that response in the immune system, and that's not a good thing. You can actually develop lupus as a result of that. So the reason why, because it's the $1 million question, why did this country stop producing millet on that level and replaced it with wheat? Because it was cheaper. I repeat, wheat is cheaper to produce. You know, probably about 50 years ago, the soil has become depleted of nutrients, because 200 years ago you can plant corn and the ground that you planted the corn in was full of nutrients, and it nourished the stuff that was growing out of the soil, like corn and other things. But now the soil has been depleted of nutrients, so anything that's planted in this nutrient depleted soil is just absolutely zero nutrients for our body. We just actually consuming stuff that has no value as far as nutrition, you know. And again, these are things that they don't want you to know about because they're trying to make money. You know, again, you would think that this government would go on this crusade to say, hey, let's start a program to try to get everybody body in an alkaline state so we won't get sick. But sick people are a big business in this country, so they're not trying to do anything to disrupt the cash cow flow. And it's really sad because I look at it like this. Okay, you charge me too much for my car, but I'll live to tell the tale about that, whether I'm happy about it or not. I'm not going to die as a result of that. But when you start messing with my health and giving me things as far as medication and foods to take that are not good for my health, and it actually has an adverse effect, you know, most of us should have a problem with that, you know. But I'm gonna wrap this up because again, if you guys are the first 10 people that's interested in this, I'll send you out a copy of this. Just PayPal me $5. I get it out tomorrow or the next day because I got to burn them. But again, this whole thing about, you know, these certain diseases that can actually be reduced in fatalities. But again, it's about making money. It's about making money. Because I read on the internet about a month ago, and this guy's on the list of one of the most hated men in the world. Young guy in his 20s, and he bought this pharmaceutical company, and there was this medication, and I forgot what illness it was for, but the medication was like probably $8 a pill. When he became CEO, literally overnight, he raised the price from $7 to $8, $9 to I think a couple of $1,000s for one pill. You know, so a lot of these people that were relying on this to help them, now they up the creek because I mean the jack in price is just outrageous. One important thing that I forgot to mention, and I need to mention this and put in this video, and I'm going to share a personal story with you, but I'm not going to really, you know, due to privacy, because there's some family members that don't want some of their stuff told. You know, I understand that. But a family member, very close family member, was dealing with cancer, and he was at next to the last stage, and it didn't look good. And I was going through what I was going through health-wise, and I've uncovered some stuff that could actually help the body heal itself. And he was going through chemo and the usual, hair falling out, nails falling out, hair losing weight, no energy. And I recommended he take a product called Essential Sugars, which you can get from Swanson Health Products. You can Google them and find their site. And what Essential Sugars is the body needs 8 different types of sugars. And these particular types of sugars are not the typical, sweetener and all that kind of stuff, but they are very important to your health. So I ordered these for me, and what I was dealing with, unfortunately, I couldn't take it. So I recommended it to my family member, and I kid you not, within 2 weeks, he had enough energy. I came over one day, he was up on the roof, tiling the roof. I'm like, "What are you doing up there?" It's like, "I got a burst of energy, and I feel good, and my hair's growing back." So when he went back for his chemo, the doctor said, "What are you taking?" And my brother, my family member is a pretty honest person. He said that I'm taking something that another family member gave me to take. And they said, "Oh no, you can't take that because what we're trying to do is knock down your immune system and kill off the cancer cells. But if you take anything, it's going to build it up. It's going to mess up the treatment." And my brother said, "Screw that. I'm not about to let you guys put my life in you guys' hand because I don't trust you." So he continued to take it, and that was like 5 years ago, and he's still here. So I honestly believe if he didn't take those essential sugars, he would have died, and he felt that way too. So there are a lot of things that you can take that are natural, that's not taxing on the liver, because anything that's medicine is poison to the body, and it damages the liver if you take it over a long period of time. And a lot of times they won't tell you that because they were trying to put me on something, and they said, "You need to come in next month, every other month, and we check your blood levels as far as your liver, because we don't want your liver to be damaged." And a lot of people don't realize liver damage is irreversible. So I'm like, so I take this medication for 2 months. I come back, you check me, and my liver damage. Ain't nothing you can do about it. No, thank you. I'm gonna try to find another alternative to getting better. Because if it wasn't for my research, I wouldn't be here today neither. Now, unfortunately, I'm not 100% like I was prior to 2006. There's a lot of things still going on with me that I'm coming to terms that they might continue until I die. I'm trying to be optimistic about this, and I'm still searching to reverse what took place in my life. But, as a result of what happened to me, it put me on high alert as far as the medical industry. And are they really doing what they claim to do to help you? Or is it money first priority? And if it can help you, good for you. If not, you're up the creek. So I just thought I would add this information as far as the essential sugars. Go online, go on to Swanson Health Products, and the name of the product is called Essential Sugars. I recommend anybody just want to try to stay healthy to take this, because it will make a difference in your life, especially for people that are dealing with fibromyalgia and cancer. It really shows a big difference in their health when they start to take it. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.